Hey, Dad, I just went to the credit union, opened up a savings, and they said I should use some of that to open up a secured loan. What do you think?
Well, secured loan, that's a good idea. I mean, it's a good way to establish some credit, but it could take a long time.
How long?
Well, if you have no credit score at all, I mean, it could take 6 to 8 months before it's enough to establish a credit score, and in some cases, longer. Again, it's not a bad idea because it would, basically, when we explain what a secured loan is they basically are going to take like $500 out of your savings. They're going to give you a $500 loan. And so your money's still in the savings, but it's securing that loan. And then, of course, you're going to make a monthly payment, usually over a year. Is that what they told you? About a year? You'd pay it
Yeah,
back?
yeah, something like that.
And so as you're making a payment each month, it's creating payment history onto your credit.
Oh, okay.
And so, again, not a bad way to establish some trade lines and some credit. However, there's a faster, better way. And you might ask them this instead is a secured credit card as opposed to an installment loan. And let me explain to you why. Is a credit card is going to hit two major parts of the credit score. History, which is the same thing as secured loan is going to do. You're going to get payment history each time you make a payment. But it's also going to establish what's called utilization. And utilization makes up to a third of the overall score. So we get to establish two major parts of the overall score as opposed to just one major part with an installment loan. Matter of fact, with a credit card, we'll cover 70% of the overall score as opposed to 40%, which means you're going to establish a credit score a whole lot sooner. And in most cases, a higher credit score because, again, we're going to establish utilization at the same time. So instead of talking about the secured loan, did you already commit to it?
No, they said it to me and said it would be a good idea, and then I was like,
Right.
okay, well, let me think about that.
Yeah.
And I
So
didn't know
instead
what
of
it
doing that,
was.
go back to them and say, hey, I'd rather do a secured credit card. Do you guys have that option available? And they should. Most credit unions do. If they don't, then I've got some avenues we can go to help get your own credit card. Now, here's the thing. Credit card could also hurt you if you do not use it correctly. And so we'll want to talk about in detail once you get that card what that's going to look like and how you need to use it to where you're going to get the most points out of this thing. All right? Tell you what. So why don't you do that? As soon as you get that credit card in the mail, before you activate it, I want you to come back to me, okay?
Okay. Thanks, Dad.
Hey, you're welcome.